Hello everyone, my name is David Arroyo, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to design characters from their silhouettes. So we're going to start by drawing out some silhouettes just purely in black, and then once we've got these locked in, we're going to move forward into creating some shaded silhouettes, so basically giving us the opportunity to create some basic first step designs into creating characters. This is a very fast way to come up with new ideas. It's widely used in the industry, and I would like to share it with you. So let's get started. Okay, so what we're looking at right now are silhouettes that I created for the concept art course. This was a live demo in class. Now, unfortunately, the computer that I was creating these silhouettes on did not have like recording software, so I can only show you the end results here. But you can see where we're going with this. Now, the good news, however, is that I basically created some silhouettes of my own, again, this time in Procreate while at home. And there, obviously, because Procreate records everything that we do, I can show you the process of how I did this, which is the whole point of this video, basically. Right, so let's have a look. So the very first thing to mention about silhouettes is that silhouettes are very important in characters, because the silhouette of a character in some cases is actually very iconic. Take, for example, someone like Batman. Everyone recognizes Batman by pointy ears, by the cape. Just the silhouette alone will be more than enough to show you that it's Batman. But it's not just Batman. There are many of them like that. Mario, as in Super Mario, Sonic, a lot of many different characters from your favorite video games as well. You will instantly recognize them because their silhouette is strong. And that's one of the reasons why you would want to design characters through their silhouette, or at least a first initial stage, because that's also what this is. Designing silhouettes or characters through silhouettes, well, it's just a early process of the entire character creation process. Okay, so that is something that is important to understand. Now, as you can see here, once you do have your silhouettes, you can look into how to shade them on a separate layer. So what I do, I lock the layer of the silhouette itself, so the ones that are completely in black, and then I create a second layer on top of it, or I duplicate the layer and I lock the alpha channel so that I only can draw inside my silhouette. Okay, so that's quite important. Also, when drawing the silhouettes, use a very hard brush. Don't use anything soft, because that's not really going to look very good as a silhouette. When creating a silhouette, you really want something quite harsh, that has hard edges, no softness to it. Okay, so, and as you can see here, the primary thing with silhouettes is to just, or the shading part, is just to have a little bit of fun. You will see a little bit later on, as I start playing around with it, and I start, getting back to some of the characters, because right now these are just some basic shapes that I'm putting in without really committing too much to finishing the character. You will see that I will make some changes, and these changes make a world of a difference. Also, the way I approach the spider, for example, is very different. The spider tank here, I immediately thought from the point of view of like, okay, where does the light come from, versus the first three characters. I try to create the shapes within the silhouette first, kind of like cutouts, in order to say, okay, this will most likely be a vest, this will most likely be pants, and so forth. But the way I'm doing it now, also with this robot here, is trying to understand the lighting. Okay, where's the lighting coming from, and just really quickly creating some very basic shapes. Okay, so also what you're going to see now is how I tackle it's kind of like a police dog, robot dog, if you will, but you'll also see that in this case I actually start modifying the silhouette a little bit, because I wasn't happy with the initial silhouette. It didn't make sense. You can also do that. All you have to do is just unlock your alpha layer, or just the alpha, and make sure that you can draw outside of your original selection. That is really not a problem at all. And now also maybe something that I want to highlight is, if you look at the police officer in the bottom left corner and the one that I'm drawing right now, they have the identical same silhouette. But as you can see, just by modifying things, you know, different shading, different thingies, you get different characters, you get different results. It kind of really, you know, feels different. And that's the whole point, you know. That's also the reason why I wanted to show you two identical silhouettes with two different characters. The whole point of this method is just to quickly come up with different ideas, different designs, and it doesn't take that long at all. I mean, this took me maybe 1 hour to do the black and white silhouettes, actually a little bit less, and the shading itself was maybe another hour on top of that, maybe an hour and a half max. But it goes very fast. In half a day, you can have one of these sheets completely finished. And that's the whole point of it. That's what you really want out of this technique. If you have to really quickly come up with ideas and you're in the early stages of character design, well, this is one of the ways of you know, tackling it. Once you got these designs down, you got the shading that you want, then you can go and take it to the next level and then start either making the silhouettes bigger on another file, and then keep refining until you get it all right. Or you can start from scratch in a line drawing. But the whole point is that, you know, you can get this work done through this method. And so there you have it, everyone. That's how we create some character designs from silhouettes. Remember, this is only a first step, an initial step within the character design process, but it is one that definitely provides you a lot of ideas and quickly, which is why it was developed and why it's being used in the industry. As usual, if you like this type of content, you can leave a like and subscribe, and you can always click on that notification bell to be notified of future videos that I upload. Thank you very much for stopping by, everyone, and I will see you guys in the next one.